Hey guys, I'm Steff and welcome to my beauty stash. Welcome back guys. Thank you all so much for watching another one of my videos. Today we are going to be talking concealer and more specifically drugstore concealer, affordable makeup, stuff that you can get at your local grocery store and at the drugstore section in Ulta. I have my top 5 picks for concealer that I have picked up either at Ulta in the drugstore section, of course, or at CVS, Walmart, or my local grocery store. These are all concealers that I have used for a while now. They're not necessarily new to my stash, with the exception of one that I've been using for the past couple weeks, and I've really enjoyed it. But the other ones I'm going to be sharing with you, I've been using them for a few months now, and I absolutely love them. I'm hoping to give you guys some ideas on how you can start implementing more affordable makeup into your daily makeup routine. We don't need to spend an arm and a leg. We don't need to spend over $50, $100, whatever it is to get a beautiful full face of makeup. You can go down to your local grocery store, local drugstore, and you can buy a lot of really great affordable makeup to create any type of look. And hopefully today's video is going to give you some ideas on just that. Just to give you guys a brief background on my skin, I'm 37 years old. I have normal to oily skin. I'm mainly oily in my T-zone, and the main concerns that I have on my skin are my under eye area and my large visible pores. Some of the things that I look for in a concealer are, first and foremost, that it's going to mask. It's going to conceal any of the blemishes and discoloration that I have going on my face. Number 2, that it's going to enhance the overall appearance of my skin and not make me look older than what I am, especially under my eye area. This is where I have, my fine lines going on. I even have large pores around here on top of my cheeks and on my nose. So when I apply concealer to those areas, I want to make sure that it's going to do a good job. It's going to lay nicely on the skin and wear really well throughout the day. The third thing I look for is how it plays with my foundation and with my setting powder. If I apply a setting powder to that on top of that concealer and it starts caking up, I know that it is not going to be a win. If I apply a setting powder over that concealer where I have a blemish and it starts cracking and creasing, no, that's not going to do. I need to make sure that the concealer, the foundation, and the setting powder all play nicely together and they all work together to smooth out my skin. And of course, the last thing that I look for is how it's going to wear throughout the day. Is it going to start making my mascara, my eyeliner start running under my eyes? Is it going to make the redness on my face more visible 3 hours in? How am I going to look at the end of my workday? And I need my foundation, my concealer to give me a good 10-hour, if not more, wear. So if a concealer is cracking under my eyes, by the time I check up on it at lunch, then I know it's not working out for me. The first concealer that I have to share with you all today is by Almay, and this is the newest concealer to my stash. If you saw my new and new to me makeup video, I'll link it up here. I talked about this and I even wore it in that video, and I have really been loving this concealer, guys, for the last few weeks. I use it maybe about 3 times a week, and it has worked out so well with the different foundations that I've used, with the different setting powders that I've used. I'm a little shook right now because I have never really tried Almay before, and it's a stick consistency. It's a cream foundation. I do blend this out with my fingertips. I don't really use a sponge or a brush to blend this out with, but I could see maybe a brush, kind of something like this, kind of more densely packed to kind of blend this out, but I think my finger just works fine. This is the Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Concealer. I picked this up from Ulta and it retails for $8.99, so that is not too bad for a drugstore concealer. I've seen some not so great reviews on this here on YouTube. I've seen some of the different beauty influencers that have given this a hard pass, but for me, for my under eye area, it's worked out just fine, and it's worked out great with the other setting powders that I've paired with it. So I like this, that it's quick and easy. It's something I use when I'm in a hurry, and this is really good for travel, guys. Throw in your little travel makeup bag, just because it is so easy to travel with. Nothing is gonna spill or anything like that. So I would definitely give this a shot. It's very creamy in consistency, and the one thing that I would recommend, guys, is to rub it on the back of your hand first before you use it to kind of warm up the product, and then you can go in and swipe. You can even use what's excess on your hand to kind of spot conceal wherever you need it, but this almay has been working out really, really well for me. The next concealer that I have been using for months now, and I think it's ever since the product line came out. This is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Concealer, and I love how this covers my under eye area. I love how it just brightens. It doesn't really settle into my fine lines. It pretty much works with all of the setting powders I have, my foundations. I have rarely ever had an issue with this NYX concealer. I also use the foundation that comes along with this, and I like them both. I did pick this up at Ulta, and it does retail for $8.50. Of course, NYX is sold at Walmart, at Target, at Walgreens, CVS, all of those places. So I'm sure you can find this at other places besides Ulta, and maybe even find a better price for it. But I would definitely recommend this concealer for especially brightening and concealing your under eye area. The next concealer I have for you guys is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I actually have this one in two different shades. This is the darker shade I have of this one, and that should tell you that I really like this product. I've been using it for a few months now. I actually just picked up this one, I believe it was last month. So I went with a little darker shade to use this to spot conceal. The lighter shade that I have on this one, I use for brightening my under eye area, and of course to, you know, mask any discoloration I have. But I do use this one more so if my skin is a little darker, maybe have a little tan going on. I could use this under my eye area, but I mainly use this one to spot conceal any blemishes that I have, since it's more like my skin tone. It's more the shade of my skin tone. And I did pick this one up at Ulta. This one retails for $13.49, although I think you could find this cheaper maybe like at Walmart or maybe at CVS or Walgreens, where you can use coupons for it. But I really love the coverage of this concealer. It has a large doe foot applicator. I just think it does a great job at concealing. It goes on smooth. It pairs well with all of my foundations, with all of my setting powders. And that's a big thing for me, guys. My under eye area is the worst place for having, you know, makeup cake up on me. If something doesn't work, I'm gonna know by how my under eye area is. So if it's nice and smooth and stays like that throughout the day, I know I have a winner. If, you know, an hour after applying, it's already caking up, sinking into my pores, my fine lines, yeah, I know I have a dud on my hands. But this, guys, has really, really worked out well for me. It is full coverage. It's gonna give you the coverage that you need. This next concealer that I have for you guys is one that I constantly recommend to any of my friends, anyone who asks me which is a good, affordable concealer. And that is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I also have this one in two different shades. This is the darker shade that I have, and I use this one again mainly to spot conceal any blemishes I have, and I use the lighter shade to brighten and highlight those high points of my face, cover the discoloration under my eyes. And this is a full coverage concealer. I think it is very similar to this L'Oreal concealer. I think they look very similar to each other. I think they perform almost identically to each other. And this e.l.f. one retails for $6. So it's like half the price of this one. If you're unable to afford this one, I would definitely give this one a shot. It comes in so many different shades. You're definitely going to find something that matches your skin tone, or something lighter to kind of brighten those areas, or even darker to contour. I can totally see you contouring with this, but this has been one of the main recommendations that I give to anyone who asks, what concealer should I get? What concealer works? I don't want to spend a lot of money. This e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer is going to be your best friend. I picked mine up at Ulta, but they pretty much have this wherever e.l.f. is sold. Walmart, Target, again, CVS, Walgreens, you're definitely gonna be able to find it there. And this has been a huge winner in my book. The last concealer I have is technically not a drugstore, although it is sold in the drugstore section of Ulta, and it is a very affordable product. This is the Ulta Beauty brand. Their full coverage liquid concealer. This is waterproof. I also have this in a lighter shade. This concealer, out of all the 5 that I've showed to you today, is my favorite when it comes to spot concealing. Whenever I'm wearing a foundation that maybe is not so full coverage and I wanna add some extra coverage right in here where I tend to need it from old acne scars and all that, I usually go in with this, and it really just masks them. It completely makes them go away or appear to have gone away, and it just does such a great job at concealing. I love this one more so for doing spot concealing versus under my eye, although I do have it on my eyes right now, and it does a really great job. I have no complaints with it under there, but I just reach for it more when I have to spot conceal any blemishes. This concealer retails for $9, and I just got this shade in, I think I got it in last month. And I got it for free because sometimes Ulta will run a buy 2, get 2 free promo on their Ulta Beauty line. So definitely look out for those promotions. That way you can try some of the Ulta Beauty brand products. They have a lot of really great products, and maybe that's a video. If you want to see me do a video on all Ulta Beauty brand products, leave it in the comments down below and I'd be happy to do that for you guys, because there's a lot of products from Ulta Beauty brand that I really enjoy using, and this one is one of them. I'm going to insert some swatches and shade names of the concealers that I talked about in today's video so that you guys can reference it. So guys, I hope this video was really helpful, giving you some good ideas on what to look for the next time you go to the drugstore or just shopping for makeup in general. Remember, we don't always need to spend a lot of money to get some really great quality products. The drugstore has definitely stepped up its game in the last couple years, and they're putting out some really, really amazing products. These 5 concealers are some of them. So I hope you guys got some helpful information. Please give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. It means the world to me that you tune in and that you watch my videos. You guys have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, drink your water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.